Well, take your sweet ass time, game, for coming up. Hi everyone, welcome back to this is actually Space Engineers Escape from Mars. Well, it's not Escape from Mars anymore. It's the scenario, it's Escape from Mars, me undoing all the derping I did 2 episodes ago. Yeah, I forgot to change my game status before I started, but you know, these things happen. We have so much to do today, and nothing like getting right to it. Alright. Goofy ass thing 1 that I need to do. I need to get more ice. Because... Oh, good. I got the render ship back here at least. Because I don't have a whole lot of ice here. Alright, there we go. Okay, so when we type ice, yeah, we've got 5K of ice. It's not gonna, this is just not gonna work. So we got to deal with that. The other thing we got to do is I don't need to start welding up on the ship that we've got, but we need we still need a ton of motors. I mean, we've got a little bit of nickel, so we can make them if we wanted to, but it's not like an epic amount. Got some more in the refinery. Might be able to start pumping out motors. That's where I grabbed it from, Huber. Let's just put it all over here for right now. Fine. There's nothing more exciting than watching me play around in a damn menu. I try to minimize this stuff, and I really should do it beforehand before I get online, but I always forget. Alright, so we got a groovy amount of nickel and iron, so we can make motors. And motors is really about the only thing I'm really short on the, well, metal grids. But I got a okay amount of cobalt. I can make, I just need a lot of grids. I feel that. So motors and grids. Everything else I think I have a decent abundance of. So let's actually go to our, where we've been grinding, and the cargo container we've been keeping there, and see how many motors we got. And for those that are paying attention towards the end, particularly close attention, because some jackass accidentally hit the mic mute button. I've changed things around so now I hear it in my headphones when the mic is muted. And I just tested it and made sure that I can hear when I'm not coming through, so that I have audio representation. So I can stop doing that. That's like 1.5 streams now that I've had where I've had no mic audio because I derped it. Of course, there's also at least 1, if not 2 streams that I can remember where it wasn't my fault, where everything was fine and it just didn't come through. And I think it was an OBS configuration issue during updates. These things happen. So for the regular watchers, which is maybe one or two of you, yesterday I called an audible and streamed Star Citizen for the first time. So that'll be posting to YouTube tonight. We'll see how that goes. I'm not foreseeing me like changing the Sunday stream at all, at least at this time. If there's every idiot and its brother is streaming Star Citizen, so it's just like not even a thing. That I think that, you know, if I was gonna do something that, you know, I didn't think there was very many people playing, showing enough attention to, I would probably stream Osiris, because I don't think anyone's paying that close attention to that one. I mean, it's in alpha, so come on. All right, what do we got? 143, it looks like. A little bit more. And some grids. Take all the motors and all the grids. Okay. Had to stop for a minute because I thought I had an emergency message, and it wasn't. It was a stupid message. Oh, so what I was saying was, this is like, yes, for those that were paying close attention last stream, even though I lost the audio, I had to break down and throw in Bob here and there to handle some like issues where I couldn't tear apart the things that were broken enough to find where the issue was. So, yeah, I succumbed a bit to the cheat. This is no light rave. I didn't install a light switch so you can have cheat raves. There's a reference that, you know, all you young kids won't get. Early days of the internet. Just seeing how much of this stuff I can just grab, take with me. Because if you're gonna go full. Yeah, in retrospect, I should have retrofitted this to Atmo thrusters, but that was like time, and I thought, how bad will it be? It can be a bit of a pain in the ass. The deciding factor really is if you're going to use a small grid ship universally, i.e. you're going to use it on planet side, in space, on a moon, what have you, thrusters might be hydrogen thrusters might be the way to go. If you're going to exclusively use it on a planet, and particularly if you're going to use it for long periods of time, absolutely switch to Atmos. The problem with Atmos is it just take up so much freaking space. That's if you're doing vanilla. I mean, if you're going to do mods, space bars, laser thrusters is absolutely the way to go. And I don't think they're that OP comparatively to, like, whenever you start. One of the things that gets my goat is like a lot of people. It's like, oh, you play with this mod or use this mod or this thing. And it's just like, well, they're so OP. It's like once you put them in place, and you know, particularly when they don't use a whole lot of parts and they just do like 10 times the things, and it's just is like, yeah, it makes it easy, but it's just also it takes away like your need to figure stuff out, and that was kind of. And for them, that's great. For me, it's the engineering challenge of trying to figure out how to work around a problem. Like, I have this problem, I have to figure out how to do this thing. How do I do this? How do I... you know? Which thrusters do I use in this situation? How do I get it? You know, the Atmo thrusters are really big. How do I square those around in a way that makes it so that they're a usable piece of equipment instead of you know, or how would I design something because I have to use those? These kind of things. Alright, this probably won't fill up all the way because of the low amount of ice. In retrospect, I will probably, or not retrospect, as I'm currently thinking, I may forego using, switching this over to being the welder ship because, you know, flight time. And let's see. We don't have much ice left, so we might need to. Because they're going to need ice for this thing, because we're also going to need it in space, we're going to need to address the ice issue sooner than later. The upside is I think this is ice over here. Come on. Tell me your secrets. No, it's silver. Must be on the other side. I think it's nice over here. Yes. Now, I could do something squirrely. Let's see, how far away is this? So, here's where my ice is. Where my base is. That's a amount of distance. Alright. Yeah. So I think what we're gonna do is I could run a conveyor along here, but that seems very painful. So instead I'm gonna build a small grid cargo ship. I can do that relatively easy. Where? Now the question is where to build it. I like to do it right up here. What's stopping me from doing that? Not much, really. Alright, I have a plan. It's stupid. You know, hey, sometimes, let's... Yeah, we're fixing this. It's getting annoying. I tell you what, so I've been playing, obviously, a lot of Star Citizen lately, and a thing that I know to do it, and then because I get lazy and I just don't do it, and I end up paying a price for it, is switching over the controls so that they match what I do here. God dang it. What do you call this? I haven't really named this base. Cool. Build. Off. Okay. Yeah. So go here. Oh, there. Oh, there. Browse scripts. Give me your booty. Borders. False. Yes. Okay. That takes care of the door problem. All right. So what I was doing earlier, what I was saying earlier, I'm going to do some building of a new vent location. Or a new connector. Which is gonna be probably yeah. No. Let's try here. Oh, I should put a door there. And that's why I put that script there. I'm tired of opening doors. Okay, that one sucks. Let's do... Yeah, I think there's a light there, so... Switch these over to here. Let's try here. Alright, I think that what I'll do is instead of trying to make it work around the lights, I'll just make it work for where I need it, and where I'm going to need it is probably going to work best right there. Yeah, let's keep it red. Oh, so what I was saying, yeah, so I should switch over the controls to the thing that I do the most, which is playing Space Engineers. But no, I didn't. I kept the default keyboard setup, which means that when so the first thing that is problematic with doing that is that in Star Citizen, the cruise control button is C. In Space Engineers, the thrust down is C. So when you have umpteen thousand hours, over 7,000 hours of Space Engineers experience, your first reaction, your being mine, is to, when you're trying to land, you want to go down, so you hit the C button, and then all of a sudden your ship lunges forward and crashes into the wall. And you're like, why? And it's like, because you keep hitting C, you dumbass. And then there's other things too, like to look around is Z, but to look, so to kind of, so in this you hit Control, or I think, when you're not flying. So So if I was to go V and then I'd hit Alt to move around, which is a habitual thing for me to do. And that and Star Citizen you hit Z to do that, and it's really a mind. It takes a lot of way more focus than it should. It should be like I'm trying to change view by hitting F4 instead making again, you know, so switching back and forth where it's just like, but the problem is like going through and figuring out all the key bindings and switching them over. It's kind of a pain in the ass. It takes time, but you know, it's time properly spent. Yeah, that's right. So yeah, this 3-hour session playing here. Sorry, I've got a little bit of what is the old coworker of mine used to call it, vapor lock, because it's not hiccups, it's not a verb, it's essentially, and it basically is what it is, what it says. It's vapor lock. All right, that'll work. That there, cats and kittens, is how you put in a connector without losing airtight integrity in your base. Once this is in place, I have to go through the gauntlet of doors. Beauty. All right. Yeah, this won't be so bad. Change color. Okay. Yeah. That should not have been so arduous, but hey, these things happen. 2, 4. This, 3, 8. That, and I'm gonna face them that way. So yeah, normally I wouldn't. I would just build from scratch because, you know, that's, you know, what the people come here for. But this isn't exciting. This is so more in the kind of like, let's just get it done. put it about there. That should be good. Let's see. Well, we'll have to face it the other way when we eventually land on the connector. So we'll have to remember to do that, because otherwise we're going to keep banging into this set of blocks unless we grind that series off. I'm curious if that line is associated with anything. In other words, does the roof transition as well inside here, or is it just that it flips up? There's a rounded block under it, so theoretically I could grind that group off and then just not put anything or put something else if I'm feeling froggy. Yeah. Yeah, we'll leave it. Too much pussyfooting around. Alright, let's see. And we'll associate this grid like yo. So yeah, this cargo ship is hydrogen based. But once we build the drill location, everything should be okay. Because basically we're going to be using it for transporting ice anyway.
Energy low.
I like this one because, I mean, it won't stand up for combat for nothing. It will fall apart at the even sight of gunfire, but it hauls a decent amount of cargo. It's fairly reliable in that regard. It's quick to build from a blueprint. Because it's actually, and I mean, it's not the prettiest thing, but it ain't the ugliest thing either. I am having that moment where I'm pretty sure that someone updated this playlist because there's stuff on here I don't remember.
Energy critical.
And normally I've been playing the metal one, but one, I've been having issues with my Stream Deck connecting to Spotify again. It's mostly associated with the new computer, but I haven't sorted it yet. And so I just put it on like one of the longer ones, but also because, you know, let's change stuff up. I can't do the same thing all the time. But I'm open. If other people would rather it be something else, I'll switch it. After all, I'm not a monster. Well, kind of.
No energy.
Oh, come on. Lightweight. And we built that miner and we haven't even taken it out yet. So. And that's what we'll do to get the ice to actually initially fill this bad boy. Is it doing this? Come here, you. Yeah, a part of me kind of wants to put this on the workshop, not so that other people can use it, because, I mean, if other people want to use it, great. But, you know, it's one of those, when people, like, subscribe to something I have in the workshop and I don't have that much, I'm always like, much like people watching the stream, it's just like, why? I appreciate it, and it's great, you know. But it's also unexpected, in a good way, for sure. I appreciate anyone who is willing to give a few minutes of time to watch me goof around playing video games. Not like I'm doing any kind of instructional video or anything like that. I did one instruction. I wasn't even instructional. It was informative. Oh, is that what? Oh, that's right. It's not connected that way. Okay. So with this one, the easiest way to do is find all the big blocks, weld those first, then go through and do all the little blocks. Come here. And I say that and I'm going to weld this light, but I'm doing it because I'm here and I don't forget. Yeah, it was an informative video about refineries because I watched so many of some very top shelf, very fine, very respected by me, streamers of and YouTubers of space engineers that would get the specs that pertain to the refineries wrong. And to their credit, it's because the fact that they were working off of old information. Like, it was that way, and then they went changed things on them without, well, people weren't looking. And subsequently it made it so, like, the data that they were giving was inaccurate, but it's not their fault. It was accurate at one time, and it may have been at the time, but it's stuff that, and I only say that, you know, it's just like, well, maybe it was an old video, and it's not. It was stuff where it would be like, it's a recent video. In particular, it has to do with the particular stats. Well, two things really when it comes to refineries. the first thing is there's this assumption that there's some kind of advantage of using the basic refinery. There is none. The only reason the basic refinery exists, which used to be the arc furnace, is to be able to refine material so you can build the regular refinery. And that is it. You have a 1/3 efficiency loss when using it. In other words, for every 1,000, so when you refine 1,000 iron ore, you should be getting 700 ingots. With the basic refinery, that reduces down to something like 5 something or other, basically 2/3 of what it would have been normally, at a slower rate. It's not faster. And someone say, well, maybe it does stone faster. No, you still get the 2/3 loss, and it's actually slower than if you were actually just refined with a stone with a survival kit. The survival kit is weirdly faster at refining stone. And you don't have an efficiency loss. If you don't believe me, you can watch the video that's on the YouTube channel that I made, and it'll show you. The second thing that it was doing was to address the debate on refinery module configurations. So the question was, it was to essentially answer the question, what's the fastest way to refine, what's the fastest module setup to refine materials? And if speed is just the thing, then, and it's one of those things where it goes through a lot of different configurations, but there was this assumption that some people had where using if you did all yield or all speed, that you would actually, because the yield generates more ingots at the end, you actually get a comparative and almost equal output rate with less material. So in other words, the theory is that you with less material you're refining, you would get more. So let's say like your end goal is to have 1,000 iron ingots, that with running all yield modules versus all speed modules, you'd be able to get to that 1,000 quicker with yield with less material than you would if you were to just do speed with all the material, which is not true. The idea with the yield is the idea that to minimize where it does get advantage, and it doesn't have to do with refining, it has to do with mining. You can spend less time having to mine with more yield modules. But the speed modules are straight up just what they are, speed modules. If it's outright speed that you need, you go with those. If I found, and it's different for everybody, my balanced module configuration tends to be 2 speed and 2 power modules. The power efficiency modules knocks down, because basically so here's the long and the short on it. The speed module basically adds a refinery's worth of refining rate. So it's like every time you add a speed module, you're essentially adding another refinery. So the rate to which it refines, the power usage that you have when it refines is the same. So like you add 1 module, you double the power consumption. When you add 2, you triple it. So when you're adding 2 speed modules, it's to a single refinery, it gives you the equivalent of 3 refineries. However, with then adding the 2 power efficiency modules, I mean, it's not going to reduce it down that much, but it's going to make it so that you're pulling, I think with 2 you get it down to where it's like the power usage is the equivalent of just over 2 refineries. So you get the equivalent of 3 refineries worth of production, but 2 refineries worth of power utilization. So, I mean, it's one of those things where I feel that like they could do a little bit of balancing in the fact, because there's no the only kind of cost other than the material to make them for the power modules is that it's taking up a slot. And so with like the speed module, you gain speed but at the cost of power. When you add yield, you gain yield at the cost of refining speed to a certain extent. I mean, it doesn't make the refining speed stays the same, you just yield more off of it, and so it's power consumption and, you know, the material that goes into them, plus the yield modules take gold cable, gold wire, superconductor, well, what is it called? I have some here, don't I? No, I don't have some here, and I'm gonna need some. Yeah, superconductor. It takes superconductor. So to make yield modules, you know, particularly, I always thought it was funny because you usually use superconductor yield modules when you're doing gold, so you can minimize the amount of gold that you have to mine. But you need gold to make the yield module, so it's a catch-22 situation. What am I doing? Pretty sure that's not what I need, but I'm just... What I hit? That. So one of the things, if I was to post this blueprint on here, there's a couple of things I need to fix. One, the blueprint itself it uses a mod that's because I built it and when I'm using the realistic skybox, which is I'm a super big fan of. However, it's super dark, and so you need to add the MA light pack when you play that mod, and so this has the original blueprint. Has those lights mounted. That's what these blocks here are for. Would have those lights on there, but we don't have those, so we'll have to put something else in there. But it's okay. Should be putting these empty bottles in here, and I should be taking those empty bottles and destroying them. If I was a smart man, which I'm not, I'm an okay dude.
Energy low.
And this ship is probably one of the bigger small grid stuff. I mean, I have bigger, but when I do small grid, I mean, when I build just about anything, when I design anything, and I spend the time, there's that caveat. Because I have a tendency to, it's just like that miner that I built over there. It's just like, oh, I just want to get it done. But I got a lot of practice of building really fast, so I can build small things really, really fast. But they're not necessarily pretty. But if I spend the time making something pretty, I can do it. I can do it, I swear. And large grid, to make it pretty, I find that it's just, you gotta bite the bullet and you gotta make it large. I did challenge myself, and I do have some designs that I've recently built for, it was to figure out how small I could make a large grid functional ship and still make it look pretty decent. Should actually
Energy critical.
should make one of those at some point. And what I also did was I made it on a universal platform, so I could change it out so I can use it for different purposes too. So use it as a miner, use it as a combat ship. I am very curious, side note, about how things are going to be in this office once I, in the summertime. Because right now it acts as my new gaming computer is basically a heating block in this.
No energy.
Gee, man, that didn't last long. Take long. The upside is I do have a office desk redesign in the works, but for those who've been catching it, it's like I've made a rule that I have to finish reworking my basement before I can redo my office. It's like you have to do the have-tos before the want-tos. The house I own is a fixer-upper. It was bought that way on purpose, and I was doing okay at it for a bit, and then COVID hit, and then it's just, you know, it's the proverbial like COVID where you have all this time to do all these home projects that you were gonna do, and then you never get to them, and then, you know, when COVID restrictions ease, then you're gonna be like, when I do all that stuff that I could have done during, you know, the COVID break, you know. But I don't get down on myself for that stuff. It's just like, these things happen, and, you know, can't cry about it now. It's already gone. So why lose sleep or get upset or PO'd with yourself? It's like, it is what it is. Just be like, yep, lessons learned, moved on. At any rate, so yeah, I need to get my ass in gear and get it done. And the thing is that it's not hard work, it's just a lot of work. I was trying to explain that to my housemate. Is like, it's not to say that it's not going to take a lot of time, but it's not hard work. It's not like, you know, you gotta get a crew of 5 guys in here to move some heavy stuff around. It's not something where I'm gonna have to spend a lot of time figuring out stuff like that. It's literally just, you just go and do the work. It's all kind of straightforward stuff. You just gotta do it. I think that might be part of it. Is like there's no whole lot of challenge to it, which sounds bizarre, but I think I got all of this. Let's check. That's on, and yeah, blueprint's gone, so that means it's done. Righty. So we just need to add the modifiers. First one being fix this light situation. Right. The next one is something that got missed because at one point before I blueprinted this, stuff got shot off, and so I gotta put it back. Let's use this one. This. So yeah, I put these to add some more reverse thrust to this, and then I got shot up one time, and then never actually went back and fully repaired the stuff that got shot off. So like, have this. I had one thruster up here and a couple blocks that served no purpose, and I haven't fixed the blueprint yet. So I gotta do that at some point. And that should be all she wrote with this. We gotta do one little control fix, and then we just need to throw some ice in the sucker. Oh, forgot that thruster. Garrive. All the controls look good. It's the beauty of hand welding something together versus like using welders or a build and repair. Is there's a higher chance that the cockpit's not gonna get lose the icons, the group icon, the group setup icons. All right, let's get some ice. Did I ever set up these sorters? Here's this. Where are you sorters? Here, yes, I did. I'm not completely useless, just mostly. Batteries are good. Headlights. Let's turn those on. Because we'll control it with turning the sorters on and off. Where'd you go, little ice field? There you are. So let's turn that on. So the beauty of the way that this is set up is that I don't ever have to actually back out to clear path. This will worm all the way through because I set the drills in such a manner that all of the parts beyond the drills will clear. It's one of the, so like where I made the refinery info video, I have everything prepped to do one on drills. I just haven't gotten around to it yet. Wait for these sorters to catch up a little bit. Pretty good. What the hell? Hold on a second. There's something wrong with the sorters. I'm dumping out ice. I was like, why is this? Yeah, it's dumping out ice. It's like, what the hell? Sorter. Whitelist. Stone. Oh, that's what set the blacklist. That would explain why I was like this is taking way a bit longer than it should. Now I have a slight problem that the thing that I need to put ice into, or the connector I need to connect to drop off this ice, is also covered by a thing that needs the ice. Okay though. We can work around that. Oh, it's so nice to be able to park a ship Space Engineer's way versus the Star Citizen way, which the Star Citizen way is not bad. I've gotten, like, I had problems the first time I ever played the game, and now it's actually a lot easier. But what gets me is that, so if you're just doing a base level small ship, not that big of a deal. As soon as you get a larger size ship, they inevitably put you in hangars or have you land in hangars that are just big enough. Like, I have one ship, it's that's the Argo Raft. It's 45 meters, and I kid you not, like most of the times if I have a if it's a drop down hangar that I'm going into versus like the drive straight into, where you have to kind of drop down, it's always a hangar that I barely fit front to back. It's like, oh. And then ironically enough, when I'm flying the really, really small ship that can get into anything real easy, no, they park me in the biggest, like, meant for like capital ship freaking hangars. It's like, this is crazy. Alright, I should be throwing this ice into this thing, not into the base. Should be putting it here. Up in here, Pepperidge Farm remembers. Oh, that's just gonna drive me nuts seeing that there. This is why we always want to do things through connectors. And I could do some, like, a lot of derping around and get this side of the base connected to that side of the base, but that smells like work. Dang it. Come here. How you doing? Make sure these are on, all on. Dang it. Hell. Okey-dokey. So that should take some time for those tanks to fill. Yeah. So first things first, let's do another mining run. hell? Oh, lightning. These things happen. This might be a bad idea. Storm's pretty bad. Can't see my hand in front of my face. Not that I could do that before. Alright, this is this is a bad idea. Can't see nothing. Wait, I do have beacons over here, so there we go. Let's just put this back for right now. Woo. And actually what I'm going to do is I'm going to park this out here. Because the other thing I can do while it's storming, and then we'll make this the, while it's storming, we'll do this kind of work, is to start working on a welder ship. And this one I think I'll design. I won't. I was going to use this as a template, but because I got to change the thrusters around because I want to use Atmos and not use garbage hydrogen. I'm going to have to design it from scratch, so I'm going to need to do that. Design it from scratch. Do it live. Base materials. I think I know what color I'm going to use too. Okay, son. Perfect. Sure, about there. Oh no, I don't need that. I am not blueprinting this. I'm not building it from blueprint. I'm building it from scratch. I'm gonna have to do some welding. Holy crap, boy. Thunder and lightning and everything frightening really did a number on this sucker. Yeah, see so many people complain about light lightning, and it's just like, do you complain about creepers in Minecraft? I mean, something's gotta like give you something to do that's, you know, unexpected. I mean, I can completely understand it if you're playing, you know, with like, you know, some kind of like NPC mod that's like throwing drones at you and stuff like that. The last thing in the world you want to have to do is deal with, you know, lightning strikes as well. But short of that, it's just like, it's gonna be fine. It's not that big a deal. It's gonna be okay. Must have had multiple lightning strikes because I've never seen it chew through like that much of a roof before. Usually you'll get like one damaged block, you know, like fully damaged removed block, like a whole like 3x3 chunk. Okay, that's good. Alright, back to what we were doing. Back to before I was so rudely interrupted. Alright, what are we gonna do here? Now we're gonna need batteries. Actually, let's start with the main purpose and then work around that. So main purpose is gonna be obviously doing some welding action. So we're gonna throw some full-size container action on that, and then I want to be able to see what I'm doing, and I'm gonna need a little cargo to go with it. So let's go with this. Boop boop. So now let's see about one of these. One of these. When we're full of parts, we're going to be heavy. Did I put? That's what I want. That's what I want. All right. So now we're going to need some big old thrusters to hold this. All these parts up there. And we're gonna need the ability to steer sideways, and because I used those ones, don't should put those right here. Right over here. And then we need to be able to go forward and backward. And so forward, back, left, right, and gravity will handle up and down, or down. The big thrusters will handle up. We need some gyronation. Let's see. Let's move these back one. We'll throw two of these on here.
Energy low.
So that's all we should need in that regard, and so that we can see what we're doing. So let's see how this is arranged. Yeah, you're not going to get anything out of that cargo box, dude. Alright. Oh, I know what I'll do. It'll be funny. Oh, that actually kind of works out in a bizarre kind of way. What the hell? Okay, I can't even. This is horrible. Yeah. I need some juice. what else do I need on this thing? Don't really need an ore detector. Should probably have a beacon on it. Not that it's gonna go really far. Oh, you know what? I screwed this up. I gotta figure out how I'm gonna fix this. Cause I don't have a connector to actually put material into it. I can fix this. I just need to rotate. I'm gonna change the cockpit and I need to rotate that 90 degrees. But to be able to do that, I need to bridge some stuff. Particularly here. Now, in theory, this should all stay connected together. Actually, let's so I don't have to get it off. These instead, and that way we'll just leave them there. It'll be function and fashion. There. All right. So take that off. Ooh, that's gonna. Or I need to do one of these. Just do it on the other side just to do a little CYA action here. But there, that's that. Tried to connect the other end. Well, it was a valiant attempt, and it failed miserably. This is why we do everything in grid, and we don't weld it all up. So we got chain, particularly when it comes to batteries. Okay. Well, let's fix our boo-boo. So what we need to do is actually do that. So that way we can add that. Which we can't add that because you got garbage in the way. There, connector. Let's put all this back. There. Luckily, we didn't have too much in place already, so. There we go. And what we'll do is because that other cockpit will no longer work with this, I can make it work. Yeah, I'm gonna keep it because I like the way it looked. Put you right there. I don't know why, I just do. I don't know why, I just do. And then this right here. dim. Alright, what else do I need? We're gonna need lights. So, how are we gonna do that? Put them right there, right there. Let's do right there. Probably need something back here to assist us because we're gonna need to be able to see to back up. We're also gonna be able to need to see to land. And to land right there. And that'll get confusing because normally I have it in the front, but I got actually I can put it on the front. Let's take that off and take that one off. Again, we'll switch it with that one. So that way we can put that this one here. All right. I think that's all the major components I need. Yeah, looks like it. Alright, let's weld her up. And then we'll make her kind of pretty. Well, it looks like the storm's broke, so we can kind of... So, for the storm, I was gonna do one more round of mining. Yeah, the only problem with having the drills aside, it makes it hard to see. Yeah, it's one of the things I actually have yet to do a little research and figuring out is how to do the mining stuff in Star Citizen. Got it worked out pretty good in Space Engineers. We won't unload this, we're just going to leave it full. We're going to park it over here. Okay. So we're not doing that right now. Let's check the story of the tanks on this bad boy. Oh, we gotta fix those lights. Huh. I bet you. camera. 6. Oh, light. I don't know which lights those are, but let's just put those on there. Save. On, off. Oh, I got these two there. Okay. Yeah, so so really bludgeon it with light. That'll work. Oh, yeah, 30%. So let me check what's in here. Is it just out of ice? No, just hasn't gotten that far yet. What the hell? Oh yeah, it's still processing through it. But we don't have really far to go, so 30% is more than enough. Turn that on. Oh, nice. Nope, you gotta turn around. And you knew you had to do that because you talked about it when you had frickin' set up, you goob. There. Now that should help it. The tanks fill up. And once the tank's filled up on that, we can do that. We can use that to go retrieve stuff from our wreckage. Speaking of our wreckage, I'm gonna take this out. It's now full. Out to said wreckage. Where is it? Over here. And I'm gonna do two things. I'm gonna do a little bit more grinding on it, and I am going to switch the connector around on that container so that the cargo ship can actually pull out of it. And of course it's all stormy over here. Did I put lights on here? Sure I did. To grind. Let's get right in there. I do have a goal. I'm actually grinding down in here because I want to get to that gravity generator because it's got parts that I want. somewhere, unless I already grabbed it. Which is feasible. Nope, it's not seeing it. Yeah, so I must have already grabbed it. It's okay, I can grab these O2H2 gens. Oh man, even these grinders have a hell of a time with doors. That's funny. Uh-oh. I need to beat feet. Hopefully I don't smash the shit out of it again. Ah, tons of time. I don't know why you even got a little nervous. It was perfectly fine. Probably stop at some point and grab and do the connector change and head back. Now we can fill this thing up first. Just like that. Turn those off for a moment. Ooh, oh. Some jackass didn't mount this in a way that makes it easy to put a connector in a different orientation. Derp. Hopefully I don't have enough parts. Note to self, check to make sure that you turned the stockpile off. I am surprised I didn't just crash, you know, just bash the hell out of this thing. All things considered, I think I'm actually in a pretty good spot to start welding, so I may just finish up the welder ship, and if I run short of parts I can go back. There's no need for me to like completely finish out that. I mean, there's not really a whole lot left, and like I can't, I mean I could go through a lot of rigmarole to try to pull all the hydrogen out of those tanks, but it's not worth it. I do need to build a nice drill station. Gotta get up on that. We can throw that together pretty quickly. So what I'm thinking in my head right at this particular moment, and since I'm streaming, I should probably say it out loud instead of just keeping it inside my head, is what I'll do is with the stroll platform, I'm going to set it up in such a manner so that I can connect to it with the cargo ship to move ice back and forth, but only just enough so that I can, once I get the big ship welded together, I'll use the welding, the ice drilling platform as a landing platform for the big ship so that I can move it to that location and fill it up the rest of the way from there. Tons of time. Yes, I did see that there was only 7% fuel left. Made it. No problem. No problem. Now, in theory, I could go back to that wreckage and just start pulling all of the conveyor out of it, get all the motors out of that. So, keep me from having to make motors. Let's not worry about that right now. Let's work on this drilling platform. Again, me covering up. Oh yeah, forgot about the turrets. Those are piped. I'm gonna use this. Okay, so yeah, so what we need is bunch of this. Actually, not just that. So let's do 500. And do, yeah. Let's see. So, all these mining rigs I have in my head, which one should I use? Well, I'm going to be doing a landing platform, so associated with it, I'll need a cargo container. Bunch of O2H2 gens. There. Let's make sure that we have the best spot for this. 6. 7. That's about it. Alright, there we go. Okay, that's where our drills will be. Oh yeah, that's right. It's the other way. So I need to. Start with this. Stop it. I'd say it's probably been a while since I've built one of these. Right. Right. Don't worry, kids, this man's a trained professional. And that, kids, is how you do a 5 drill wide circle. And then what we're going to do is put you y'all. And it's like so. Let's do this one, and we'll do it. Like that. And then dramatic music, so dramatic for building a drill platform. So exciting. Two, and we'll make it two. I don't know if I'm doing this fast because it's just because I've done this so much, or this intense music is just making me go faster, faster, faster. Let's use that. Towards me, towards me. Yeah. So two. I don't think it's two, but let me take a look and see what that looks like. No. And by the way, it was one block, not two. It's fine. Power some drills. We're also gonna have to, I'm gonna throw a refinery for a little bit of stone that ends up coming out of this bad boy. Plus, we might have to be generating power to charge the batteries on the big ship while it's parked here fueling. Okay, actually, let's throw another. We might need another cargo on here.
Energy low.
Your energy is low. Judgy. Righteous. Okay. Oh, now I gotta weld it all up.
Fuel low.
Oh, man. Let's see how far we can get on 5.
Fuel critical.
How much? This is how you end up with, like, when you play Space Engineers, when you end up with a gaggle of ships, because it's like you gotta. I mean, you could build like multi-purpose things, but then they end up ungodly huge and unruly. It's like, let's build single purpose and let's build a bunch of them. That way you get to have more fun building stuff. Let's go over here. Up over here. I don't know why I did that, but whatever. We got ice again? It looks to be the case. That's okay. We got a bunch over here. Swap these in. Oh, don't put that there. We want this up here. We gotta break it down later. And actually, I should go back, but I'm not going to. I was just realizing what I should do is put this in here and go back and do this and 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And then need a bunch of that. Alright, next thing. I'm looking for that. One of those. One of those. One of those. And so that should give us everything we need for these. I do need to actually build the battery. Ooh. Around. I knew it'd be short. Click on that battery. Probably not going to carry all the battery parts, but if you do, you know what to grab. Here, and then got them all. I like the Escape from Mars scenario set like the personal inventory some ungodly high setting, so carry a lot of crap on person. Did I leave enough room? Did. Got some leftovers. Start here.
Energy low.
Your energy is low. Literally, your energy is low because you're my suit warning. Or my suit power. I got drills. Let's grab that too. Yeah, we got most of it. 360. Take it. How much we got left? Tons of room. Let's grab 300 of that. Oh, let's try it. Let's throw in a few more of this. Give that a shot.
Keep the same energy. Work on being better when I'm 70. Your drip is just a water spring. You know I drip different, just the 7 seas. I deal with life different, make that limit.
Ah, small tubes, yeah. Trying to remember what the recipe was for it from my brain, and it was failing miserably. Alright, let's try that. Should come pretty close to finishing it all off. No, I forgot about that. Let's do these first. Alright. Figuring out the coupling for the big ship is going to be a little bit challenging, but we can get through lion's share of this stuff. Let's see. Everything other than these are welded. And we need a switch panel. So we're going to put a control unit on there, which is just going to be a switch panel. Grab this, and we're going to grab a switch panel, which is here. Yeah, that one. And let's see. And we're going to want some more steel plate. About 500. Probably won't need anywhere near all of it, but because we're gonna throw some hydrogen O2H2 gens on here. We're not gonna put any tanks on this, because what I found over time is that tanks are kind of, I don't say useless, but if you want them to make pretty, make it look pretty, that's fine. But it ends up actually taking away from the actual point of refueling the ship that you connect to it, unless you're using it as a kind of like so that you can do a stockpile off of it, which I could probably do. it ends up just eating up more of your ice. Yeah. So now I'm thinking about it. Yeah, sure, with the help, but first things first. And then we're gonna do something to handle this stone. That'll be inevitably generating out of that, so. Alright, let's take a look. Before I start, well, let me build the steel plate into all this. Okay, there's all that. We'll weld that up in a second, but gotta see how this is. So by default, this, oh, that's right, this connects on the side. Interesting. At a height of 1, 2, a third a block high, which is interesting because I could make a platform on this side. Don't waste your flight. Alright, so that was the make a landing platform on this part. All I'd have to do is just kind of jank a connector off of this. That would actually work out pretty good because then I could make a platform for actually walking onto the ship. Righteous.
Energy low.
Come on, man. Alright, am I empty? Yes. Alright. Alright, so I have a plan for the connector. What I'm going to do is spot my energy here, and then I'm going to work on building that platform and connectors and whatnot, and it should be good, and then we can actually probably start working on welding up the ship. Or actually, we'd have to finish the welder ship. So many things. Put that over here. Did it again. Oh well. Walk away from the connector and still needed stuff. Grab this. Grab these. So what do we need? We need to figure out how wide we need it. So we got a bit of clearance issues from center. But I think that won't come into play because that'll be... Let's just figure out where we are from center and we'll work our way back. So there is center 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Connector is on 5 off of center. So I should have done with that. Well, I'll just put some blocks here to kind of map out where the connector would be. So that would be the connector would be. So we need to be... Okay, that's the start, or... Okay, so that's the start. This would be the connector. Then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and this would be center. So we'll do this to mark center line. And we'll just verify 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, then connector. We might have to move one in. Okay, center. 1, 2, 3, 4. No, it's on 5. That's what I thought. So I'm just gonna move it one block in, and then we're good. So go here and here. That's center. So actually, for center, we'll do that, and then figure that we're. So really, we don't need to do a whole lot for this because we just need to kind of like what we have here, where we just have where the feet are at. And so the foot starts on the connector 3 back. So we probably start our drills. Let's actually start some drilling. And then we'll also get the hydrogen tank in place, and we'll worry about this cosmetic BS later. Ugh, sneezing. Clackety clack reminds me I still not hooked up that other keyboard yet. Or it's sitting there, it's waiting for me. Now, I like how the fact that I went through talking about the inefficiency of basic refineries, but here's where they come into play. In this instance, I don't care about the stone. It's literally to reduce the amount of space. I want it to be inefficient, as I don't care about the material that it generates. It's really just getting rid of stone without just you know, using a sorter and dumping it. Not that I think the ship's gonna have a wind turbine on it, but you never know. I might do something stupid. I have done stupid before. Oh, looks good. Okay. Button panel, setup actions. Groups, drills. On off. Rotor. Piston. Motors. Piston. Velocity minus 0.04. 4. Okay. Yeah. So on. Yeah, that's what it was. Alright. Now we've decided, we've succumbed to the idea that we're gonna do tank. Actually, let's do, I got a better idea. Nope, it's the same idea, it's the same idea. Take you. And you. So... Actually, yeah, no, it's fine. And let's build all this up before we forget. Got a bunch of, I got a lovely set of coconuts. Actually, I'm gonna do that, and I'm gonna leave that block there, and so that is where the connector is. The foot starts there, so I'm gonna take this out. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, yes, and then burr. Okay, now I gotta figure out where the other pads are going to be. So off of this, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, 6. So 6 blocks back off that one. That's already 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. All right, and
Energy low.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, line on 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 line on 6 and the feeder behind it, and we want to be off of center 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Mark it. This is going to be a foot, so I'm just going to put that there. 1, 2, 3. Is that right? Yes. That's a foot. Put that there. Make sure that's right. It seems a little short. I was going to need power. So, yeah, center 2 blocks foot. Center 2 blocks foot. Perfect. So. Cool. That's going to be all that. So
Energy critical.
that's going to be our landing pad. And there's a reinforcement dealio. I got to charge. Well, I'm glad I have a be back screen because I will be right back. I need a bio.
No energy. Health low. Health critical.
Okay, so while I was going to the bathroom, my character died. Because, you know, things and stuff. Timing. Normally I can make it all the way through, but I don't know what the hell happened there. Okay. want to do is I'm going to change this block here to, yeah, probably do that. And the reason being is that, excuse me, it makes it easier to line it up when you're trying to land. To have a different block. Actually, it's not going to be this one. It's going to be that one. Because that one's going to be where foot is. Alright, let's get rid of some of the steel plate, and then we can start working on getting all the other stuff together. And it sounds like we're probably at the point to where we can extend out the drill. The question is whether or not we'll need to. Nope. We'll have to, that's just what I figured. We'll be able to do a different layout. Let's see, so first things first. That's fine. Grab that. Are we out of these things, or is it because I didn't do that? Yeah, it's because I didn't do that. That's the wrong one. That's normal, kid. Nothing fancy. Let's switch this out to that. And we're gonna go over here, and we're gonna do I think what I'm going to do is change this to this one. Got in here. Oh, those. Done with that. Wow, I can't believe I grabbed all that. I mean, we only could grab 7 more plates, but I can't believe I grabbed everything for this tank and these parts. We still had 7 left over. Dump that there. We'll just reverse the piston for right now and get it out of the way. Grab a little bit of extra in the process. How's our storage going. Didn't get a whole lot of stone out of that. That's good. Did get a decent amount of ice. We're gonna need a lot more though. Okay, though, there is a plan. What am I going in here? What am I doing? Oh, I'm welding up that platform while I'm waiting for those drills to retract. Out's the way. Just sitting here thinking about, like, do I really want to, you know, do I want to consider taking the big penis looking shape out of this? It's actually the point of a cartoon a while back that I saw that was something to the effect of, like, you know, spaceships look like penises, is like, got me on a track where I was like trying to get away from designing you know, ships in that kind of like elongated with two balls kind of shape. This is like, it's real easy if you look through, like, in fact, it's funny, it's just like, if you start using that as a method of gauge when you look at ships in the workshop, it's like, try to find ones that are not not penis shaped. It's hard. Let's... This might not be helping. We'll see. It's not as much. Now, kind of moves away from it, but not much. Oh, wow, almost out of power again. It's all this welding. Drains my soul. You might actually have to mine for steel plates. Or not mine, but go and do some salvage grinding for plates. I didn't think I'd go through that many plates on this, so that's but I mean, I'm making a full-sized platform, so it's understandable. All right, drills are all the way up. Actually, let's just stop that. Let me just throw that in there right now. I'm just gonna put a walkway in there. Let's do that. Let's do that. If you got the time, we've got the beer. There's that old advertisement that nobody will know what the hell I'm talking about. don't even remember what the jingle, what beer that jingle was for. I just remember the jingle. If you've got the time, we've got the beer.
Inventory full.
So, silly me. Let's pick up a main one. I swear I've done this kind of work before. Yeah, gonna need them things. The things with the stuff. Actually, yeah, let's arg. Gotta leave that block in place. But take these out. And we're gonna come out to here. This one. If you figured out yet what I'm doing, good on ya. If you haven't quite yet, just wait and see. Yes. Dang it. Normally I, always wireframe stuff, but with the rotor and what I'm doing, it helps to weld it all the way up so that it locks in a place that doesn't move on you when you're trying to do other things. This is always the tricky part, though. Yeah, because I can't go. Dang it. Need those steel plates. It's getting annoying. Brr. I think I want to take this down. Maybe not. I should be fine. It'll be fine. So inevitably I always have to do this. I've tried a bunch of different ways to work around it, but without doing a super wide, like 7 wide piston arrangement. This is just the way that it is, and that's just how it's going to be. Yeah, that and that. That's really all we'll need. Yeah, I should get that there. Anything more, and I gotta drill down. See, it would have been better if I would have been one more block down, but no sense in crying over spilled milk now. Okay, okay. Okay. Now this is gonna be mine connector. This will be mine drill 1, mine drill 2, mine drill head. Piston 1. Turn sensor, set the speed down to start.
Energy low.
I'm just standing here. Calm down. Ooh, I got 2 of those, so I need to label 1. So this is top and side. That looks good. Do on and off, and probably that, and then I'll just piston for right now. Reverse. That'll change into a group once we get going a little bit. So I need to. Turn this off. I'm going to set the velocity to something slow. 5, I think it is. Yeah. So we're going to set the lock. Turn the drills on. Turn the lock off. Good, too much. So the lock is so that when you hit the brake, it stops. Let's try 1. Let's see what that does. Turn the lock off. Turn it on. That's a better. That's a more the better. Actually.
Energy critical.
Okay. Oh, I get it. I need to put a seat over there. Okay, so that should be working its way through at a nice medium pace. I'm going to change this button here. Let's see. Yeah, increase maximum distance. And gonna set the piston itself. Where'd you go? There you are. Its velocity now doesn't matter, so we're can't change it yet. Need to set maximum distance to 0. Change the velocity back to default. And then that'll work. So now when it completes a full rotation, what we do is we just push that button and it advances the drills 0.5. Now I can set up automation later, but I'm gonna wait until that's a down the road project. I don't like doing them right away. Okay, and that's all set, and this is all set, that's all good. And I got about 5 minutes left. So we'll take that little bit of time, grab our leftover parts. Start using them to finish our welder ship. Oops. Oh, those aren't going to work, I just realized. Because they're going to blow right into the cockpit. We'll have to put backing on, thrusters on later. It'll be okay. I just got to lift them up one block. Because right where they were at, they were just going to basically blast, they're going to burn up the cockpit. Yep, moving that ice layer along. How's the tank doing? Oh yeah, 12%. It'll take forever, but it will make it so when we go. Basically, the reason why I did it is because this has 2 large hydrogen tanks, and to wait for both of those to fill will take forever. So putting one there while I'm drilling and filling, and then depending on if it gets full before I finish this one, I might put a second one, but then that way I can just hook up, stockpile it, fill up the tanks on that real quickly. That's kind of the intent. it was when I was saying like the usefulness of having external hydrogen tanks. It's only in that so that it buffers the time in between drilling. And I don't know why I went inside. I don't know why I continue to go inside. Let's go back over here. Actually, I know why I was going back inside. Running back and forth like a chicken with his head cut off. Oh, okay. We're just gonna, for once, call it a little early while I have the chance. And early, I mean like on time, because I usually run just a little bit over. All right, kids. Thanks for joining me for another stream. We're posting this to YouTube tomorrow around this time, and then we'll just next week we'll finish the welder ship. We'll probably need to go grab some more scrap, but we got the drill platform together, and so we can actually start drilling on the new ship that's going to replace the, that we can use to actually get off this planet and move on to something else. And then after that, we'll see. But until then, I'll see you next week. Thanks. Good night.